It's hard to forget the image of the skilled shooting cowboy Lucas McCain in the famous Western television series The Rifleman, played by Chuck Connors. He is known for his unique career transformation journey in Hollywood, from an athlete with many outstanding achievements to an actor with outstanding talent. Because of this, Chuck Connors received more attention from many people, causing many difficulties in his personal life. It is known that Chuck Connors has hidden many secrets in his challenging life, and today we will reveal them to you. Don't rush to leave the channel, but watch this video until the end. Chuck Connors' journey from a promising athlete to the iconic role of Lucas McCain in The Rifleman is a captivating tale of determination, talent, and versatility. Born Kevin Joseph Aloysius Connors in 1921, he hailed from a modest Irish immigrant family in Brooklyn. Growing up in the challenging times of the Great Depression, Connors' early years were marked by the resilience and hard work that characterized his upbringing. Connors' athletic prowess manifested early on, particularly in the realm of baseball. His exceptional skills on the sandlot ball fields didn't go unnoticed, leading to the award of an athletic scholarship to a prep school. This served as a stepping stone for his continued pursuit of excellence in both baseball and basketball. Seton Hall University became the next chapter in Connors' athletic journey, where he not only showcased his talents on the basketball court but also demonstrated formidable skills on the baseball diamond. During his college years, Connors earned the moniker Chuck, a nickname that would stick with him throughout his life. The name originated from his habit of enthusiastically encouraging pitchers with shouts of "Chuck it to me." This infectious enthusiasm not only endeared him to teammates but also hinted at the charismatic personality that would later define his career in the entertainment industry. Upon leaving Seton Hall, Connors' athletic journey took a significant turn when he was signed by the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1940 as an amateur free agent. This marked the beginning of a decade-long odyssey through the minor leagues, where he honed his skills, faced challenges, and proved his mettle. It was a testament to his dedication and perseverance that, after years of hard work and determination, Connors finally achieved his dream of playing in the major leagues in 1949 with the Dodgers. Chuck Connors' baseball journey with the Brooklyn Dodgers was brief but eventful. Despite the promise he showed, after just 5 weeks and one at-bat in the major leagues, Connors found himself sent back down to the minors. This setback, although initially disappointing, would prove to be a pivotal moment in his life. Following his stint with the Dodgers, Connors had a brief tenure with the Chicago Cubs in 1951. However, the twists of fate led him to the minor league club of the Los Angeles Angels in the subsequent year. Although not achieving the MLB stardom he had envisioned, Connors, ever resilient, saw the demotion as a fortuitous turn in his career. The disappointment of not making it big in baseball opened the door for Connors to explore a different avenue, acting. Los Angeles, with its burgeoning film industry, became the stage for his next act. Seizing the opportunity, Connors began pursuing acting roles, showcasing a versatility that extended beyond the baseball field. Simultaneously, Connors had already left his mark on the basketball court in the 1940s. He played for the Boston Celtics, etching his name in NBA history by becoming the first player to shatter a backboard during a game. This dual prowess in baseball and basketball set him apart, making him one of the select few athletes to go pro in both sports. Chuck Connors' journey from the baseball diamond to Hollywood was catalyzed by a serendipitous encounter in Southern California. It was on the baseball field that Connors first caught the eye of Hollywood, not for his prowess in the sport but for his natural flair for entertainment. A casting director, captivated by Connors' humorous antics and spontaneous acting in the dugout, bestowed upon him the moniker the Laurence Olivier of the Diamond. This newfound attention led to a breakthrough in 1952 when Connors secured a role in the film Pat and Mike, sharing the screen with Hollywood legends Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. The door to the world of acting swung open wider for Connors, and soon more roles followed, each contributing to his growing reputation in the entertainment industry. One of Connors' notable performances came in the 1957 film Old Yeller, where he portrayed a stern father. His compelling portrayal in this family drama not only showcased his acting range but also paved the way for a significant turning point in his career. It was this role that ultimately secured him the lead in the new 1958 television series The Rifleman, where he embodied the character of Lucas McCain. At 6 feet 5 inches with rugged good looks, Connors was physically suited for the Western genre, and his transition from the baseball field to Hollywood leading man seemed seamless. To prepare for his role as Lucas McCain, Connors dedicated himself to mastering the skills necessary for a frontier hero, horseback riding, shooting, and stunt work. This commitment not only demonstrated his work ethic but also solidified his authenticity in portraying the iconic character. With The Rifleman, Chuck Connors found himself at the pinnacle of fame and success. His on-screen presence, combined with his commanding portrayal of Lucas McCain, resonated with audiences, making the show a hit. While his aspirations in baseball may not have materialized as he had hoped, Connors had discovered an even greater path to fame and fulfillment in the world of acting. The Rifleman, premiering on ABC in 1958, emerged as an instant sensation, marking a defining moment in Chuck Connors' career. In the series, Connors took on the iconic role of Lucas McCain, a rancher navigating life with his young son Mark in the rugged New Mexico territory of the 1880s. This Western drama not only showcased Connors' acting prowess but also became a standout in a genre that was purportedly becoming oversaturated on television. Contrary to advice cautioning against doing another Western due to market saturation, Connors took on the role of Lucas McCain. The gamble paid off, as The Rifleman distinguished itself with high production values and compelling storytelling. The success of the show rested significantly on Connors' shoulders, and his portrayal of Lucas McCain became synonymous with the golden era of television westerns. Connors, standing tall at 6 feet 5 inches with an athletic build and rugged good looks, was the epitome of the archetypal Western hero. To fully embody the character, he committed to the role both physically and mentally. He allowed his hair to grow out and, in a symbolic step, purchased his first horse, immersing himself in the equestrian skills essential to a rancher of the Old West. Each episode of The Rifleman unfolded with Lucas McCain utilizing his customized Winchester rifle to protect his son and confront various threats. The show was not merely about action and confrontation. At its core, it portrayed the tender and heartwarming relationship between the widowed rancher and his son. Despite the weekly challenges and conflicts, the bond between Lucas and Mark was the emotional anchor that resonated with audiences. Off-screen, Chuck Connors went above and beyond to cultivate a genuine paternal bond with Johnny Crawford, recognizing the young actor's talent and treating him not just as a colleague but as a part of his extended family. Connors often brought Crawford along on camping trips, creating shared experiences that extended beyond the confines of the television set. These off-screen interactions solidified a connection that transcended the scripted father-son relationship. Connors' inclusion of Crawford in his personal life spoke volumes about the warmth and camaraderie that existed on the set of The Rifleman. The camping trips, shared stories, and moments of mentorship not only enriched Crawford's life but also added a layer of authenticity to the on-screen dynamic between Lucas and Mark McCain. The impact of this off-screen camaraderie became evident during Chuck Connors' memorial service in 1992. Johnny Crawford, visibly moved and tearful, delivered a poignant eulogy, offering heartfelt memories of his on-screen father. In Crawford's words, Connors was not just a co-star but a close real-life friend and mentor. The emotional weight of their genuine connection off-screen undoubtedly contributed to the sincerity and depth of the father-son relationship portrayed on the show. During its remarkable 5-season run, The Rifleman etched its place in television history with a total of 168 episodes. At the heart of the show was Chuck Connors, who took immense pride in portraying Lucas McCain, a morally upright hero dedicated to raising his son in the challenging setting of the New Mexico territory during the 1880s. Connors' commitment to the role was palpable, extending beyond scripted lines to encompass his physicality, stunts, and even the mastery of McCain's signature weapon, a modified Winchester rifle. One notable aspect of his dedication was his willingness to perform his own stunts, adding an authentic touch to the action sequences that defined The Rifleman. Additionally, he invested time and effort in becoming proficient with the unique Winchester rifle that became synonymous with McCain's character. This commitment not only showcased Connors' professionalism but also contributed to the show's overall authenticity. In a nod to his athletic past and love for sports, Connors extended invitations to several sports celebrities to make guest appearances on the show. Figures like Don Drysdale, Duke Snyder, and Sid Gilman graced the screen in cameo roles, highlighting Connors' desire to bridge his entertainment career with his sports background. These guest appearances not only added a layer of excitement for sports fans but also underscored Connors' multifaceted talents. As The Rifleman concluded its run in 1963, Chuck Connors had become synonymous with the character of Lucas McCain. His embodiment of the role was so complete that, in the aftermath of the series, Connors faced the challenge of avoiding typecasting. Despite the struggle to break free from the shadow of Lucas McCain, there was no denying the impact the role had on Connors' career. In the late 1950s and early 1960s, The Rifleman catapulted Chuck Connors into the stratosphere of stardom. His portrayal of Lucas McCain, a strong father and steadfast hero, resonated with audiences and came to define Connors' public image for the rest of his career. The show not only showcased Connors' versatility as an actor but also left an enduring legacy, contributing to the rich tapestry of television's golden era. Even as Connors faced the challenge of post-series typecasting, the indelible mark he left as Lucas McCain remains a testament to the power of a compelling character and a dedicated actor. The public saw Chuck Connors as the quintessential American father figure while he portrayed Lucas McCain on The Rifleman. However, behind the scenes, Connors' personal life was marked by a complex web of infidelities that sharply contradicted the wholesome image he projected on television. In 1948, Connors entered into marriage with Elizabeth Riddell, a woman he had met during his time playing minor league baseball in Canada. Over the next 13 years, they welcomed 4 sons into their family. Despite the appearance of domestic harmony, Connors' personal life was marred by a series of infidelities and reported illegitimate children. His extramarital affairs became an open secret in Hollywood, creating a stark contrast to the idealized family man he portrayed on screen. Connors' behavior, including womanizing while wearing a wedding ring, became notorious within the industry. Leveraging his fame and physicality, he was known to charm female co-stars and fans alike. Elizabeth Riddell, aware of his unfaithfulness, found herself powerless to curb his behavior. Although they presented a facade of marital bliss in public, the strain caused by Connors' infidelities took a toll on their relationship. In 1962, Chuck Connors and Elizabeth divorced, signaling the end of their tumultuous marriage. Only a year later, Connors remarried, this time to Kamala Davy, an Indian actress. However, their union proved to be equally turbulent, lasting less than a decade. Rumors of domestic abuse and Connors' persistent infidelities surrounded their relationship, painting a picture of a marriage fraught with challenges. Colleagues remarked on Connors' complex personality, describing him as alternately generous and cruel depending on his mood. The duality in his behavior added layers of complexity to his personal life, further complicating the public's perception of him. While Chuck Connors continued to be an influential figure in the entertainment industry, his personal struggles and tumultuous relationships cast a shadow over the idealized image of the TV hero he portrayed on The Rifleman. In the 1970s, Chuck Connors, now in his 50s, continued to navigate the complexities of his personal life, engaging in relationships with much younger women. Reports suggest that he utilized his status as a TV star, gained from his iconic role in The Rifleman, to attract actresses and models in their 20s. His romantic entanglements during this period were marked by a noticeable age gap, raising eyebrows in Hollywood and beyond. In 1977, Connors entered into a marriage with Faith Quabius, a former Playboy bunny who was less than half his age. However, this union proved to be short-lived, lasting only 3 years. The quick dissolution of the marriage was emblematic of Connors' seemingly casual approach to relationships and commitment during this phase of his life. Throughout these liaisons, Connors conducted his affairs with little discretion, seemingly indifferent to the potential consequences. Friends and acquaintances noted that he appeared to consider himself untouchable, basking in the afterglow of his Rifleman fame, behaving as though the normal rules of conduct did not apply to him. This cavalier attitude toward marital vows stood in stark contrast to the morally upright and family-oriented character he portrayed on television. Despite the undeniable magnetism and charisma that Connors exuded, his serial infidelity left a trail of damage in its wake. Some of his children spoke out about feeling neglected by an absent father, shedding light on the personal toll of his actions. The stark dichotomy between his public image and private behavior added layers of complexity to Connors' persona, raising questions about the true nature of the man behind the TV hero. Notably, Connors never publicly acknowledged his philandering, maintaining a carefully constructed image even in the face of mounting evidence. It wasn't until after his death that the full extent of his life as a womanizer emerged, revealing a chapter of his personal history that sharply contrasted with the virtues he portrayed on screen. The posthumous revelations provided a nuanced perspective on the complexities of fame, personal relationships, and the enduring impact of the characters we see on television versus the lives of the actors who bring them to life. In the politically charged landscape of liberal Hollywood, Chuck Connors stood out as a vocal conservative, unapologetically championing Republican figures like Richard Nixon and Ronald Reagan. Despite his association with Westerns, Connors forged an unexpected friendship with an unlikely ally, Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev. The roots of their bond lay in Brezhnev's avid admiration for the Rifleman and Westerns in general, showcasing the transcendent power of entertainment even across ideological divides. During a significant trip to Russia in 1973, Connors went beyond the realm of diplomacy, gifting Brezhnev 2 customized Colt revolvers. This gesture, symbolic of the enduring influence of American culture, underscored the personal connection between the actor and the Soviet leader. Some reports even suggest that Connors played a role in mediating back-channel talks between Brezhnev and Nixon, bridging the gap between the Cold War adversaries. Despite maintaining a friendship that transcended the Iron Curtain, Connis proudly aligned himself with conservative values. His political activism extended beyond Hollywood, with a notable endorsement of Senator Barry Goldwater's 1964 presidential bid. Connis, not one to shy away from expressing his convictions, actively participated in marches supporting the Vietnam War, reflecting his stance on patriotic duty. Later, Chuck Connis became a zealous supporter of Ronald Reagan, first during Reagan's successful run for California governor and subsequently in his presidential victories. Connis seamlessly blended his acting career with political activism, showcasing a fervent dedication to his conservative ideals. Those who knew him remarked on Connis' fierce patriotism and the absence of any perceived conflict between his entertainment career and political engagement. Chuck Connis believed that his portrayal of Lucas McCain, the heroic father figure advocating justice and family values on The Rifleman, was in alignment with his deeply held conservative principles. This conviction persisted despite the stark contrast between the wholesome image he embodied on screen and the complexities of his personal life. His dedication to the character went beyond acting. It became a platform through which he expressed and reinforced his conservative beliefs. In a Hollywood landscape often associated with liberal politics and anti-war sentiment, Connis openly criticized prevailing ideologies that contradicted his own. He was known for rejecting high-paying offers to participate in comedy sketches that mocked westerns and his beloved Rifleman character. This principled stance, rooted in his commitment to conservative values, set him apart from many in the industry. Some reports even suggest that his outspoken views led to a period of blacklisting, highlighting the potential consequences of dissent in the Hollywood establishment. Chuck Connis, a complex figure by any measure, brought an old-fashioned sensibility to his work, coupled with a distinct libertarian streak. His refusal to conform to the prevailing norms of Hollywood and his unwavering support for what were deemed unfashionable political causes marked him as a trailblazer in the industry. In an era where conformity was often the norm, Connis stood out as one of the few willing to challenge the establishment and champion causes that resonated with his conservative convictions. In the decades following the conclusion of The Rifleman, Chuck Connis continued to navigate the entertainment industry, but he faced the challenge of finding a role as iconic and enduring as Lucas McCain. Throughout the 1970s and 80s, Connis took on a mix of film and television projects, seeking to establish a new identity beyond his breakthrough character. One of his initial post-Rifleman endeavors was the television series Branded, which aired from 1965 to 1966. In this show, Connis portrayed a cavalry officer unjustly expelled from the army on charges of cowardice. Although Branded ran for 2 seasons, it failed to attain the same level of popularity that had defined Connis' earlier series. The struggle to replicate the success of The Rifleman highlighted the challenge faced by actors in transcending the indelible roles that defined their careers. In 1977, Connis took on a notable role in the landmark miniseries Roots, earning an Emmy nomination for his portrayal of a cruel slave owner. The critical acclaim he received for his performance showcased his ability to take on diverse and challenging roles beyond the realm of the Western genre. However, despite such successes, Connis continued to grapple with escaping the long shadow cast by Lucas McCain. On the big screen, Connis ventured into dystopian sci-fi with roles in films such as Soylent Green, where he shared the screen with Charlton Heston. While these projects earned him acclaim, they also underscored the enduring challenge of transcending the iconic Western hero that had defined his early career. In the twilight of his career, Chuck Connis revisited the role that had defined him in a 1991 made-for-TV movie, The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw. Directed by Burt Kennedy, this project held a profound nostalgic significance for Connis. According to Kennedy, the actor was visibly moved, even tearing up with emotion, as he meticulously selected the right hat for his character, Lucas McCain. The depth of Connis' attachment to the role, decades after The Rifleman concluded, underscored the enduring impact it had on his life. Tragically, just a year after reprising his beloved character, Connis faced a formidable adversary in the form of a lung cancer diagnosis in 1992. This diagnosis came as a devastating blow, especially considering Connis' lifelong habit of smoking. Hospitalized for pneumonia, he succumbed to the effects of the disease at the age of 71. Despite the challenges of his later years, Connis' indelible mark on the world of entertainment persisted. At his memorial service, Johnny Crawford, Connis' former co-star from The Rifleman, delivered a heartfelt eulogy, remembering the iconic actor not just as a colleague but as a close friend. Despite Connis' acknowledged personal flaws, Crawford emphasized that, at his core, Connis was just a great guy. The sentiment echoed the complexity of Connis' character, recognizing both the flaws and the genuine goodness that defined him. While Connor's acting career had slowed down in his later years, his portrayal of Lucas McCain ensured his lasting cinematic legacy. In recognition of his contributions to the entertainment industry, Chuck Connor was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1984, shortly before his health began to decline. Although he left the stage too soon, Chuck Connor remains an enduring icon of classic westerns and an unforgettable father figure, remembered for his impactful contribution to the golden era of television. His legacy endures not only through the characters he brought to life but also through the personal connections and friendships he forged both on and off the screen. What do you think about Chuck Connor's secrets? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.